Welcome to Running on Reddit r/Bridezillas, where the craziest brides and wedding stories are shared on Reddit. Two things to note at the top of this post. This is an alternative account because I'm fairly sure my sister monitors my main lol. Also, I know my sister is a butthole in general, and that's not what I'm asking for here. I wanna know if it'd be a crappy move for me to grass on her. So, as I said just there, my sister is not a very nice person. She's very entitled and spoiled, and is honestly just kind of a ducking bully. She was known for it at school and it definitely hasn't stopped in her adult life. She's also getting married soon. Oh joy. We were both at mum's house the other day, and she was talking about her plans for her bridal party. She said she's having 6 bridesmaids, our little half sister on dad's side, 4 of her close friends and our cousin. I was pretty shocked that she wanted the cousin to be a part of the bridal party. She's a really awesome person and everything, but I didn't think she and my sister were close. In fact, I didn't think she and my sister had even spoken for at least a year or 2. Turns out, I was right. Seeing mum and I were confused, sister laughed a bit and said, "Imagine how pretty we'll look in pictures with her." Cousin has a lot of scarring down one side of her face from an accident when she was a kid. She used to be incredibly self-conscious about it, as it is rather obvious, but she's more comfortable with herself these days. However, I know her appearance is still a pretty sore spot for her. Case in point, some rude ass man in a pub made a comment to her about it a few months ago, and she got really upset and went into a depression for a couple of weeks. I don't want to upset her or make her feel crappy, but I'm also totally disgusted, though not surprised, by my sister and hate the idea of my cousin being in the bridal party while the rest of them are all laughing about her behind her back. However, I'm scared that if I tell her, she'll have the same reaction that she had to the knobhead in the pub. Plus she'd inevitably tell my aunt what my sister said, and it would definitely cause family drama. Would it be a scummy move for me to tell her? Or is it the right thing to do? This is a difficult situation to be in. The poor cousin though. From the sounds of it, the sister needs a little taste of reality. Sometime in 2017, my husband and I get an invitation for his cousin's reception in Virginia. See, what actually happened is they got married already and they wanted to have a reception now. Okay, cool. So, we fly up there, and my in-laws and I stay in a very small town bed and breakfast. However, the venue is in the middle of nowhere in the woods. Like, 45 minutes from anything. We get there, they have plenty of wine, which is by far the best part. So, we are plugging along drinking, and they start to bring out some food. Now, I should preface this by saying that his cousin and her husband are art kids who went to a $40,000 a year school and their families support them. They aren't poor. Anyways, the little bit of food they brought out looks weird, but my husband and a few other people start to eat. My husband starts eating these sandwiches that were presented. I do not, because I'm picky about food and I could just tell something was wrong with it. Shortly after, we are talking to his other cousin, the bride's sister, and we find out that lo and behold, the sandwiches they were just eating were cow tongue sandwiches. The cousin told us that the bride was hoping people didn't notice. Nice. Then more food comes out. I will highlight the assortment of weird food. Keep in mind, these people are white bread and this isn't a cultural food thing. Rabbit tartare, ceviche, an assortment of cheeses that stunk like butthole, duck liver, patty, raw salmon steaks that were cured in lime juice, cheese crusted seared tuna, and crackers for the cheese that looked like compressed birdseed. They did have a few olives which I managed to eat, and the dessert was actually good. It was a hand braided chocolate pastry thing. However, the end of the night comes. We have all drank a lot of wine, except mother-in-law. We are starving, because the food was gross, and don't forget, we are in the middle of nowhere. We have to drive 40 minutes away to find a Taco Bell to eat all. Best Taco Bell of my life. But seriously, who puts out food like that at their reception with almost no normal food otherwise? So, I'm wedding shaming my cousin-in-law, who, by the way, is a very nice person, and I hate to shame her like this, but come on. Finn. Virginia, cow tongue, white people, Taco Bell. These are all a little too fancy for my tastes. Just give me a can of pork and beans and I'm good. If you like the content and want to support the channel, like and subscribe right now, or you'll be running on fumes. I have been friends with this girl since we were children, as our dads are really good friends. Let's call her Tiffany for the sake of the story. Being the same age, we were expected to be good friends, but I personally think it was surface level. We got closer in the last few years as we are close to our mid-20s now. I got asked to be her bridesmaid along with her 10 other friends, and I felt obligated to accept. This is where things go downhill. We planned on going to Puerto Rico for her bachelorette trip. Only 3 other bridesmaids could attend, so the trip ended with the 4 of us. Most of us are in school and or just starting our lives. Going on such a trip was a big financial commitment for all of us. We felt like we couldn't let her down, since she was already disheartened that her other bridesmaids couldn't attend. The trip went okay. I ended up realizing a few of the bride's qualities I particularly didn't enjoy, but it was okay. Now comes the wedding. The wedding was held at Tiffany's home, and the reception at some fancy place. Her wedding was in the East Coast and me and other bridesmaids are traveling from all over the US to attend her wedding. Another huge financial commitment. We all even arrived early to help with the wedding. The day before the wedding, Tiffany's mother tells us there's nothing for us to do and we should go enjoy ourselves. Tiffany's brother recommends going to New York City just to explore and tell us it's 3 hours away. Here's the thing, it wasn't 3 hours away. We all decided it was a bad idea to go so far the day before the wedding just in case she needed us. We were out doing our nails and the bride texts me and the other bachelorette who went to the PR trip. She is going off on us and swearing at me. She was pissed that we thought of going to New York. She told us to pack our bags up and leave. We left to go back to her house to see what was going on. As soon as I got to her house, Tiffany was screaming at us with spit flying everywhere. She is going ballistic. I'm baffled and held my composure the entire time. I quietly packed my suitcases and left. Her fiance was now messaging me asking me to forgive her. Her other friend was texting me telling me she was a wreck. I attended her wedding because she apologized through text, but she never apologized to me in person. Now, the thing is, I'm not as emotionally invested into this friendship as she is. I was surprised I even got asked to be a bridesmaid. I had done the maid of honor's duties to plan the bachelorette trip and come early to help because she was missing in action. I'm not someone who takes abuse like that lightly, and I'm very prideful. I feel like I have been nothing but a decent friend to her throughout. This is making me question a lot of things about our friendship. OP and the bridesmaids she flew out with should have just taken a detour to New York. Skips the drama and the end result would have been the same anyway. I, a 42-year-old female, would like to back out of being a bridesmaid in my husband's sister's 29-year-old female wedding. I hate being a bridesmaid. My sister-in-law asked me to be a bridesmaid knowing this. She said that otherwise I would be the only sibling in her family that wouldn't be in the wedding party, and, as my husband is a groomsman, people would talk, and that would distract from her day. So, I agreed. Cut to this week. She has sent me a document that includes my duties for the wedding. I have expressed that I'm not willing/able to do this list. But, she insists that it is normal, and I would be selfish to not make it perfect. Task 1. Design all of her invitations, programs, signage, website, etc. for free. I'm a full-time professional designer. She also refuses to sign my pro bono contract that stipulates things like number of revision rounds, licenses, etc. Because we are family. She did not ask me to do this. She said it would be my special job. The other bridesmaids' special jobs are things like collecting and dropping off tuxes after the wedding. Task 2. Drive to a 6.5-hour drive and pay for overnight accommodations for every event she has planned, including 2 wedding dress shopping weekends, a wedding planning weekend, bridal shower, dress fitting, a decoration weekend, and be in town for a full week before the wedding to assist her in whatever comes up. Her other bridesmaids live less than 2 hours from her. Task 3. Attend her destination bachelorette party for 6 days for $2,400. This cost covers me and a share of her expense, so that she pays nothing. Task 4. Purchase and wear a tube top dress, held up with only elastic bands above and below the bust, made of a single layer of lightweight fabric. $120. Problems. Number 1. I'm a heavier, older woman who needs a G-cup supportive bra with straps. Number 2. Her wedding is outdoors in November in Wisconsin. Task 5. Purchase and wear a bra, underwear, and robe set, $175, that she has picked out, and wear it while getting ready, and be photographed in it. The largest size is a size too small, and I'm very uncomfortable about being photographed, even if it is only for her personal album. Task 6. Purchase 2 pairs of shoes, $120, that she has picked out, heels for the ceremony and ballet flats for the reception. I get ingrown nails easily, and so my podiatrist has told me not to wear these types of shoes that push down on my nails. My sister-in-law said that it would only be for a few hours, approximately 2 p.m. to 1 a.m., and so I should be able to deal with it. Final task. Purchase and wear a set of costume jewelry that she picked out. $50. I have a major allergy to most metals that make me break out in hives if worn for any period of time. With her unwillingness to make any concessions, I would like to tell her I cannot be in the wedding. She already has, without me included, 7 bridesmaids, all of which are between the ages of 20 and 29. By the way, would I be the butthole if I backed out, even though I agreed to do it, and it would mean being the only one not in the wedding party? I can see the job post now. Job title: personal slave. Responsibilities: perform special jobs and do whatever comes up. Let me know in the comments below, how would you handle this situation? Thanks for watching. Remember to subscribe and turn on the bell or you'll be running on fumes. See you in the next video.